Monday Night Raw took place tonight from Performance Center. He had Randy Orton start the show off. They show a video package from his match last week against The Big Show. Orton said he's been in WWE for 20 years. And that's true. He debuted in 2002, I believe. But I think when you look at his longevity since he got his first contract to developmental in, what was it, OVW? Ohio Valley Wrestling. I think that, yeah, so been about 20 years now, which is crazy. And he said he mentioned Austin, he mentioned The Rock, which he says their careers couldn't match up to his, which of course that's not true, but he's really putting himself over. Then he goes to Drew McIntyre, who he will wrestle at SummerSlam. It looks like they're going to get Orton and McIntyre, and he wants a title match, and he says he'll RKO McIntyre and he'll never see it coming. As Orton left, he had Nia Jax come out, and then she continued the promo 1 2 round, and she talked about wanting to be Raw Women's Champion. She said she's mad at Charlotte. Then you have Shayna Baszler interrupt, and Baszler gets in Jax's face. I don't know who's the heel, who's the face here. But, I mean, I guess that's not a program I really care. I'm not a huge fan of either one of those. He had Street Profits do the introduction to the next match. They had a triple threat tag match. He had Andrade and Angel Garza with Zelina Vega defeat the Viking Raiders and Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. So I guess you have the Raw Tag Team title match already set up for SummerSlam. You're going to get Andrade and Angel Garza challenging the Street Profits. Didn't we see that match at WrestleMania? It was not a nothing match. It might have been Austin Theory and Angel Garza, maybe. And it could have been those two. I don't even know if Andrade wrestled on WrestleMania, did he? But, yeah, I guess Andrade and Angel Garza against the Street Profits. I can't wait for it. Hopefully it's on the pre-show. You had Nia Jax come out. She's backstage. She's talking to John Cone in the back. You had Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax fight. They brawl on the outside, and they basically have a double count out. They continue to fight. Maybe they have a match at SummerSlam, but I really don't care to see it. You had Seth Rollins talk to Murphy backstage, ask him if he's with him. They show Mark Henry speaking at Ruby Riott and Bianca Belair in the back, which is interesting because remember I heard stuff about Mark Henry and the new Nation of Domination, but I guess that was scrapped. I'd probably scrap it too. You had I don't need to see that in 2020, to be honest. With I don't know. I don't need to see a gimmick like that anymore. It was good in the 90s. It was just so long ago. You had a Seth Rollins promo and talked about beating Rey Mysterio, and he talked about Dominic, and eventually Dominic emerges with a kendo stick. He beats both of Rollins' guys, and the officials had to hold back Dominic. He came off good here. I don't know if I guess Rey's not with the company anymore, but maybe it's Rollins and Dominic at SummerSlam, I assume. MVP's VIP lounge under talking saying, but this sucked. When you have MVP's VIP lounge, I mean, how do you not change the channel? They wonder why they have like historic low ratings. You have stuff like this. My God, you're gonna get ratings worse than anything. So they have stuff with Ali. God, they're trying to kill the ratings. I like the hacker stuff. Why couldn't Ali be the hacker? I was a fan of the hacker. The hacker was really cool. That was actually one of my favorite things was the hacker, but they scrapped it. You had Dolph Ziggler interviewed Charlie Show interviewed by Dolph Ziggler, and he says he's going to face Orton at SummerSlam for the belt. You had the match I was looking most forward to going into Raw, which was Sasha Banks defending, I guess Asuka was a champ, but you had Asuka and Sasha for the vacant Raw Women's title. My guess is this is still not over. I don't think Sasha's still champ. I think they'll have another match next week, or maybe they have a match at SummerSlam, and Stephanie's going to do something. I'm guessing it's Asuka, Sasha, SummerSlam, and then maybe Bayley faces maybe Alexa or someone, or Nikki, not Nikki again, probably Alexa. But what I've been thinking about this show is with WWE, it just felt so inconclusive. Like this felt, I don't know, the way they ended the match, it felt like it can't just be it right there. But what happens is they have a damn good match, just like their match at Extreme Rules with the horrible ending. Another fuck finish for Sasha, I guess, wins. This was a battle. There was a spot where it looked like Asuka was done. She was going to count it out. Asuka came back. Asuka had a cool counter to the Asuka lock. Sasha had her in a bank statement. There was really good back and forth here. Some really good wrestling. Some cool near falls. Some good roll-ups. The match was getting fun. It was getting interesting. And it was getting pretty exciting, to be quite honest. I was thinking to myself, wow, it's going to go either way. How it ends is, before the match, I should have mentioned, Kairi Sane chased Bayley to the back. We go backstage, we see Bayley pretty much murdering Kairi Sane. I guess this is Kairi's send-off, getting killed by Bayley backstage. And they had Kairi pin Bayley last week. I guess they can, so Bayley can kill her the next week. But Bayley's murdering Kairi Sane. She's beating her up. She's basically smashing the back of her head into a garage door. Just destroying poor Kairi. Kairi's just dead. Asuka can't take it anymore. She's so sad. She can't watch her best friend continue to get beat up, so she runs to the back, goes after Bayley. Bayley leaves, but Asuka gets herself counted out. Sasha Banks is the Raw Women's Champion. So that's how it happened. Guess Sasha's champ for real now, but yeah, you know what? It's that's how they went with it. Bayley and Sasha celebrate. They have all the belts. Bayley SmackDown Women's Champ. Sasha's now Raw Women's Champ. And of course, they're both still Tag Team Women's Champs. So they get all the belts on the main roster. They go to a commercial break. They show Charlie Caruso. She lets us know that Asuka and Kairi were in the trainer's room, and Bayley and Sasha appear and they loudly celebrate. After they left, Asuka emerged from the training room and she just yells in Japanese. She's in tears. They have a really good video tribute to Regis Philbin, who passed away this past weekend. Wow, I was thinking about doing a video for Regis, pay tribute to him, but you know, he did a lot for wrestling. Maybe I should have, but he made so many appearances. He was a big fan. Not just, you know, he had the two shows. He had live with Regis and Kathie Lee Gifford. Then of course it was live with Regis and Kelly Ripa. He had many. Well, both the shows. They went on for a while. Then of course he left. I think in 2011. He was very old at this point, and he was 88 years old. Very unfortunate to hear his death. I guess he died of natural causes. They show the highlights of him. He had several big stars on his shows. He had names. He had Hulk Hogan multiple times. He had Randy Savage before. He had Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had The Rock. He had John Cena. Numerous stars on Regis, and he was a wrestling fan. So rest in peace, Regis Philbin. He will be missed. He had Murphy against Humberto. Oh my God, I don't care. God, I'm sorry. You had Drew McIntyre talking to Mark Henry in the back, and he addressed Randy Orton. He said their title match at SummerSlam was official, and that's it. We got our main event there. Then Ziggler comes up. He wants to know what their match is going to be. It's going to be an Extreme Rules match for both of them this time. And Drew beats Dolph again. There was a kendo stick spot. There was steel chairs used. There was a table in the corner. You had a steel chair. You had Ziggler and McIntyre go back and forth. There was the chair later, and once the table is set up in the corner, how it ends is Drew he sets up Dolph in the corner, and he basically kicks Dolph Ziggler with the Claymore kick through the table, and that was a cool ending. And Drew McIntyre pins Dolph Ziggler. He retains his WWE Championship, and then after the match is over, Randy Orton appears out of nowhere and he hits an RKO, and Drew McIntyre wins, and it sets up their match at SummerSlam. So that recaps Monday Night Raw.